22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your puppy, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22 cent booty pick, 24 make movie flick, 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub, Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other and mother some. Ask you still hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian. Me too, fat bitch on the E2. Back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your own walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub. Hashtag, all cash, fat ass, no water. Bookings, somebody daughter.
Whoa, it's just not the same without Mr. Chuck Wagon over there. You know, he really gets off on the scream. You know, that's just his thing. I'm your man C.
Jen Strong, lover of life. We happy to be in here once again. And we are the one, the only, the
Two Real Radio. It's a little strange seeing yourself this big on screen. Like normally it's 3 of us, so it's a little spread out. But
I ain't even looking.
We tight in there. I can't not look at the TV. I mean, get your face sitting right there. How was your holiday? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope y'all had a good turkey day. Hope y'all stuffed yourselves like the pigs that we are.
Not me.
Not you?
No, don't celebrate that stuff.
Oh, you don't that stuff? What is that stuff?
Holidays.
You don't celebrate holidays?
I work. I went to work.
I don't celebrate. I mean, I think I do it more out of tradition than I do out of because all yesterday I kept saying, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, let's take over somebody's house. You know what I'm saying? Let's go kick some doors down and just be like, this is my house now. It's Thanksgiving. This is the true meaning.
Breaking traditions. If they don't make sense to me anymore, they gotta go.
My whole thing about the tradition thing is like,
I can see my family anytime. I see my family
all the time, right?
So I'm not missing that part.
I feel like for the kids are going. I mean, they say don't start your kids off that way, and then they won't miss it or whatever. But kids can't comprehend I don't have necessarily a certain age. So I just feel like they're gonna have so long to be adult. I was just telling my cousin that yesterday. She was like, I can't wait to be grown. And I was like, what are you, like 12? I said, it's not fair. I said, nobody's gonna explain this to you, but let me be the first to do this. It's a disproportionate amount of time that you're able to be a child than to be an adult. It's like, you know, you're like,
enjoy it.
18, not even, I guess what, like 15, 16 years before you're like, PSATs, you're getting out of here at 18. You know what I mean? That's coming at like 15, 16 or whatever, preparing them for leaving. But then you have like, if you're healthy, you have like 90 years to be an adult, and it sucks every day of it. I mean, it's great to be able to do what you want to do, but like,
doesn't suck.
It's this thing called
definitely what you make it.
Bills over your head, and like, you know, you can't just be like, look, I'm not.
Don't let the bills suffocate you, people. Still finding joy in life.
I'm going back to 3rd grade. Look, if you could be like, look, I was born a woman and I feel like a man, and I would feel like I'm supposed to be in 3rd grade again. I'm starting all over.
Pay yourself first.
Huh?
Pay yourself first.
Yeah.
As a bill. Rule number 1.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's what I don't do.
Pay yourself
I pay
first.
I pay the lady of the house first. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, that's still you know.
There you go. Keep my little quarters, you know, little change rattling
Pay
in my
yourself
pocket.
First. Be consistent.
Get some bubble gum.
Whatever it is. If it's 20, if it's 50, if it's 100, just be consistent.
That's a good one.
And just tuck it. Woo.
See, my
Don't
problem is after the tuck move, when I go over here and I got the quarters, I remember, oh yeah, I was tucking money for a minute, and then I just be like, I'll just take one of those.
Just gotta stick it out.
It's like tissue. It's like tissues in a box. I'll just take one of those.
You just gotta have self-control.
Take one of those.
It'll pay off in the end.
Before you know it, my nose is running and I got an empty box. I'm doing like this, shaking it upside down, and
yeah, I mean,
you know, so.
But
pay
it's
yourself.
gonna happen, and you're gonna be able to do what you need to do.
I mean, I keep something tucked. I mean, not like I'm supposed to, but I keep something tucked.
Just a little something.
So yeah, Thanksgiving was dope. You know what I'm saying? I saw my grandmother yesterday, right? So I told you she's starting to develop the symptoms from Alzheimer's, right?
Okay.
Oh, it was great. To last night, I know whoever my aunt deals with her on those bad days, so I know it's probably terrible. But last night was a great one. She just kept talking about how she used to. I used to be a jitterbug, and I used to dance at the NCO party with your grandfather. She never talks about my grandfather, so it's crazy. I think she's forgetting like short term stuff, But she's remembering
Long
like
time.
70-year memories. So she was telling me how she used to dance with some dude named Everett at the NCO because my
Not
grandfather
Everett.
couldn't
Not
dance.
Everett.
And she would
Oh,
be out
my
there
goodness.
jitterbugging or whatever. I don't know if that's a jig. This is what
Good
she was
old
doing.
Everett.
And he was her dance partner at the thing. And she was just telling me about it. And my grandfather passed a long time ago. And I said, Granny, you didn't ever try to teach my grandfather how to dance? She said, no, that was my thing. I said, oh, that's messed up. You got my grandfather carrying you around to the club every Friday, to the little officers club, and he just sitting on the side. And then she said, all he kept saying was, that's my wife.
You know what that is?
What?
That's also the tuck.
Well, that's the yeah.
You gotta have that one thing. Have your one thing.
You gotta have your own
Even
thing.
if it's one thing, have your thing.
Don't
that
share all
you
your.
do.
But it was great. She laughed a lot. I laughed a lot. She told the story for about an hour
Let it be a
straight.
positive
It was
thing.
great.
Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Let it be a positive thing.
Yeah,
But
don't-
have your thing.
Don't be tucking bottles.
Book club, golf, whatever your thing is.
I think we'll start the book
Movies,
club. So
I
it was
like
great.
to go see movies
so
by yourself.
that was a bonus for my Thanksgiving. A lot of food left over. I had.
Always a lot of food left over.
Well, I went somewhere and then I didn't go back home, and then a few people came past, but not enough
You know
people.
how to make
so
a
it was
little
just-
bit. How do you make a little bit?
I don't.
How do you do it?
I got like a 14-pound turkey. So that was a small turkey, I guess.
How do you make a little bit of macaroni and cheese?
I got a whole pan of that. I actually have a pan of that, right?
Oh, man.
And then I have a small pan that's in the freezer that I was like, I'm gonna save that for later one day when I don't feel like cooking. You know what I'm saying? Take the extra or whatever. But
That's what you do. You gotta extract at the top.
what's up? Yeah, what's up? I got like a bunch of I got so much stuff. I just anticipated drunk people showing up in my house to eat. It didn't happen. I think they know I don't drink anymore. So what do we got? Oh, real quick. Last week, it's known I wear a lot of superhero stuff. Even if you don't see it, I wear like, you know what I'm saying? Dun, 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 dun. Flash.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You see me like this, or you see me like this. So now, and I got Batman socks on and stuff. So I wear a lot of superhero stuff. My basement, my man cave is superheroed out. Unfortunately, I'm not a big Marvel fan, so it's more Batman and stuff like that. But shout out to Stan Lee, man. That guy. I meant to say something last week about it. Stan Lee's the whole reason that I can read without using my finger. You know what I mean? As a kid, I didn't like to read books, but my mom got me comic books, and surprisingly, they're written at a higher level than a lot of things that, a child would be reading. So I used to read comic books, I don't know where my collection is. I probably have a couple thousand of them somewhere, at least a couple hundred. But I used to buy comic books a lot. So shout out to Stan Lee for making me a literate individual. So that really meant a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? He was cool. First person to, put a black superhero out there. First person to document the fight of civil rights with the X-Men and stuff like that. So he was really in tune with what was going on in society. So definitely shout out to Stan Lee.
He left a legacy, people.
Yeah. So that's that.
Bag of the week.
Bag of the week. We got something on the side, and we got a bag of the week. So what's our bag of this week's bag of candy is brought to you by.
I had to double up this week. Double up. We went with the classics. New take on the old classic.
Bright Skittles. Bright side.
We got the bright side Skittles, people. We got the tangerine.
We
lemonade.
gonna get a candy sponsor or a dental sponsor. One of the two is coming through for us. One of them.
Tangerine, pink lemonade, kiwi banana, watermelon, and paradise punch.
Okay, so all those are real things except for Paradise Punch.
We
What
won't get
exactly
into it.
is
I don't know.
Paradise Punch? I don't need a lot of
Paradise.
candy. And then we got, I'm familiar with all fruity candy because, my son's allergic to nuts. So it's like,
Classic, the sour punch.
you tell
but
him
it's
you're
the
going to die.
rainbow.
If you eat peanuts, you're going to die.
The rainbow sour punch. If you like sour punch,
If you like sugar,
try the rainbow one.
do you like sugar? Do you like sugar with
It's
sugar?
good. It's delicious.
Do you like sugar on top of sugar with
All you
flavored
need is
sugar?
like two, though. All you need is like two.
See?
That's all you need. What's the serving
See,
size?
this how they do you though, right? So
gotta go
you,
by
only,
the
you only
serving
need two, right? But they don't give you no way to seal it back up. So you sitting there
You share.
doing this,
That's what I do.
and then you got to get that piece out your teeth, and then it goes, and then you need another piece to chase that piece. It's like beer. You need a beer to chase the beer that you just finished. You need a piece to chase the.
Service size one package.
See? And they wonder why we
They
have a problem with
expect you to
obesity.
eat it all. It's delicious.
You do.
You do. I share mine.
You do?
Yeah,
I don't share.
I share mine.
I'm not a big sharer. I don't share.
I share all mine.
I don't. I'm the friend that if I go to the store and I ask you, do you want something?
No.
That's your opportunity to get
I buy
something. When we
extra.
get home, see, look, one serving size. If I give you some, then I don't get my full serving.
I buy extra.
So why should I short
You
my
been
serving?
with me, you know. I buy extra because I already know.
Nope. If I go in the
I
store
buy
and I
2
ask
packs.
you,
I'm gonna buy 2 packs.
that's a lady thing though.
I'm gonna buy 2 packs. I'm not
That's
gonna just buy one. I'm gonna buy 2 off the break.
Nah.
I have children, so.
Well, I got a lady. I got a woman. So I got to buy 2 of everything. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's real.
Because
I double up on everything.
as soon as I open my food, she's like, "Yeah, that looks
I don't even
good."
see the point in buying one of something.
And she turns my food up. I hate that. She's like, I get some cereal, a bowl of cereal. Now I have a thing about a couple things. I don't want you to eat my cereal because it's milk and that's liquid and you're even though we kiss and all that good stuff. We had a kid. I don't want your slob on my spoon and you put it back in my milk and now I can just envision all your germs swimming through my milk and all over my cereal. So I get grossed out. And don't bite my sandwich. I don't want your teeth on my sandwich.
Invisible spit strings.
Slid and I can just see your teeth just sliding
down your cheese.
Down my just right, and then I can see your teeth imprints in my sandwich. I don't want it. I don't even eat after my son. Like, my son used to drink my sandwich. You can have it.
It's disgusting.
But I will get you your own though. But those are the. So yeah, I don't stir my food up. Like if I put cheese on the top, I eat straight down. I'm weird. I eat straight down because I get the same consistency every time.
The kids already know.
So when she gets my food, she's like, "Oh, this looks good," and I'm like,
the kids ever hit you with the can I have a rest?
Oh yeah, no. When you backwashed into my cup, that's when you decided you gonna get the rest.
Go ahead.
All right. So we have a good one today. We have everybody. We have it. So I learned a lesson from one previous show. So we're gonna make one of our guests go last because I can't be sauced up in the beginning of the show. That's just not gonna work.
Okay.
So we have Janet Lee Redmond from Brainy Belly. They do like a way to accent all of your dishes. Like we had
Brainy Belly people. Brainy Belly.
Bone broths and soup broths and stuff like that. So that's gonna be dope. You know, I think she said she has a chili for us to try. So we'll start on there.
Watching,
put something on our stomach.
Y'all can go ahead and open up a window.
And then we also have from Blue Crate. They make oat milk. So I told you I'm on almond milk. Can't do the regular milk. We have Amanda Claypool. Blue Crate. Follow now. Like them.
Go ahead and find them now.
All right. So she makes oat milk. So I'm definitely curious as to how you get milk from oats.
Oat milk. I might need to get some of that.
Yeah, we don't do cow.
Oh, because I'm trying to switch the girls off of.
Oh. So we'll see if that's good for babies.
Right.
That'll be wonderful.
Right.
We have Lena Zruli. Did I get it right? Practice makes perfect. I learned that from a drill sergeant. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. From DeFaro, she makes a date spread. So you already in the zone. And then to round it off, so we're gonna just end it off after all of that sweet and after the, we get the chili in it. Then we're gonna go to Blue Henry Spirits with Miss Adrian. And I saw me on the last show with the Spirit, so we're gonna hope I can contain myself this time. That's what we're gonna make her go last. Nothing, no order to it like that. It's just I can't get sauced up early, and I don't drink anymore, so it doesn't take much. That Listerine shot in the morning, I'd be like, woo.
Right.
No, just so, Mr. Wizard, we're gonna take a very very short break, and then we're gonna get our first guest.
Minute.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Let's get into the sweet.
To your radio.
And we're back. We're back. We're back. You know, I like to do my NPR thing before we come. And we're back. So we're right now. We're with Miss Amanda Claypool, right, from Blue Crate Oat Milk, right?
Yeah, we milk oats.
So right, okay. So you just threw me up. I was like, oh, did you say goats? You said oats. So you milk. Please. What is oat milk? Because I can't do the cow milk. Doesn't agree with my stomach. Doesn't agree with anything that I'm doing right now. I can't quit the cheese. I just can't give up cheese. Cheese is one of those things. Even my vegan friends, well, they're not vegan because they eat cheese.
For the cheese.
But they're like, I can't quit with the cheese. I just, you know what I'm saying? But what is oat milk?
Yeah, so it's very similar to almond milk, cashew milk, any other plant-based vegan milk on the market. We just chose to use oats. Has a more heartier flavor to it. Has more of a fullness to it. If you cook with it, I brought the sweetened one, but we have an unsweetened one as well. So if you cook with it, it just retains a lot more flavor to it than a lot of your other non-dairy milks on the market today.
The right, you're saying the hardiness of it, and I'm you know, I can see, but the almond milk has almost, that's what I'm on now. So the almond milk has almost like a thinness to it. It's almost a step above. It's like skim milk. Then there's almond milk. It's like right above, almost see-through almost. It's kind of.
So yeah, almonds are super hard to produce. 99% of the world's almonds come from California.
I think didn't they say like 1 gallon of water per, like, or something like 1 gallon per almond or something like that? It's the biggest. They turned it up a little bit for. There we go. Yeah, I think I was reading something like, I mean, that number might be a little high, but it's like ridiculously a ridiculous amount of water to produce almonds.
It takes about 1,900 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of almonds, but only 290 to produce the same amount of oats.
That's ridiculous. That. Now I'm just thinking of those numbers in my head. I'm thinking that has to play a part into like the drought or something that they're having out there, or the the problem with their crops out there, because so much water is being designated to the milk that I drink every morning.
Exactly.
So the process of almond milk. Oat milk. How do we get from dry oats to milk? And it's really good, you guys. I mean, I'm gonna sip it as she talks. I'm trying to get her to give me a lengthy response so I can, do my thing.
Just take it all in. Yeah, no. So again, it's very similar to almond milk. So you got your oats. You soak your oats. You add some water to it. Add a little bit of magic to it.
Dusty, can't tell you
that's
the
the
magic.
key. That's the secret.
I wish I had
there.
like a button where you could say it. I could just beep it out. Beep. But okay, so you add the magic to it.
Yeah, and it's actually, you'll be surprised. It's very similar to making beer. So it's a very similar.
I definitely haven't math. If I figure how to make beer out, it's over for everybody.
Yeah, so
I'll be like Peter Griffin out here on the streets and stuff.
It's very similar. And then we just separate the solid oats from the milk, and we bottle it in these lovely bottles. And
So does that mean it has to sit for a period of time?
We pasteurize it, yes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So now, how long does it stay fresh for? Because milk doesn't have a.
Yeah, so once you open it, we recommend drinking it within 7 to 10 days, but you can keep it unopened for about 2 months.
That's about right. That's excellent.
So what got you down the road of oat milk?
Yeah, so my partner Christy and I are super passionate about zero waste living, and
Okay.
as an almond milk consumer, you'll know the only kinds of non-dairy milks you can buy are in non-recyclable containers. So they're those square Tetra Paks that you can't recycle, or plastic, which isn't recycled. So we want to make something that we drink every day in our lives. Milk, everyone has some sort of milk, and we put it in glass bottles so we could reuse them over and over again.
Do you guys do like a delivery service,
We
like
sure
a
do.
like a put it on your doorstep type of thing back in the day?
They
My
took
grandmother
it
loved
back
it.
with
We
the
used to get our milk
delivery
at the door
service
every
on the
day.
milk.
Nostalgia.
Right. They're
With
very
the
nostalgic
glass
type
jars,
of.
yeah.
That's cool. So
Yeah, no. So every Thursday morning we do deliveries around the district, and exactly, you leave your empty bottles out the night before, and we.
Does a
Come and
person
swap
wear
them
all
out.
white?
I'm so tripped out.
Do they
I'm
wear
like,
all
oh my
white?
God, it's amazing.
Do they wear all white? Do they?
They will.
Oh yes, that'd be great. That'd be great. With a little hat, the milkman.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll get those 1950 Chevys
Yes,
rolling.
do it.
The little short.
Yes.
So versatility. Can you use it? Just like, is there any limitations to what you can do for the people out there? Or?
Yeah, no, it's just like normal milk. So you can put it in your cereal. You can put it in your protein shakes if you like to go to the gym. Your smoothies, soups. I make roux with it.
So can I give it to my baby?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before.
I'm trying to get my baby off the formula and off the
Yeah, so
me.
not a doctor.
And off the
Disclaimer
me.
there, not a doctor.
No, yeah,
But
I know,
yeah,
I know that part. I
there's
know
a
that
lot
part.
of fiber in it, and there's actually a lot of beta glucans in it, which helps lower cholesterol. So anyone with some sort of need to lower cholesterol or inflammation as well, it's really good for that.
Oh, because I just noticed that since I've been transitioning them to like regular milk, trying that out, they're really stuffy.
The milk
They're
produces
really
the mucus.
stuffy,
It's a lot of,
boogery.
yeah.
A lot of hormones in it.
Crusty, just extra.
It could be
And
if
they
you're
weren't
giving
like that at first.
if you're giving them cow's milk. I would imagine that
Right. Man,
so
check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
where can we, other than on your doorstep, which is was so cool. That's amazing. Like where else can we get this?
Yeah, so we're doing mostly
some.
home delivery at this point, but we're also at the Tavern in Georgetown,
Okay.
which is actually Sweet Green's newest concept to, again, bring the local market vibe and the smaller, more sustainable grocery scene to DC. So it's a really cute shop if you haven't been there. Definitely
Right
check it
there
out.
in Georgetown, y'all. Y'all heard it.
This is good. So any other flavors you guys working on? Like a chocolate? Could you do a chocolate?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Would it be
Oh, you can do
vegan?
chocolate.
You can do. I have no
Yeah.
idea. I'm slowly going down the vegan path. I didn't plan on. I did the vegetarian thing for a while. Really hungry.
But
Didn't
until
eat right.
then, until they get there, just add some chocolate syrup.
But then it kind of. I feel like it defeats the. I would like to stay all the way vegan.
Get some chocolate and melt it yourself and add it.
Still wouldn't be. I mean, I would have to go through
Get some
the.
vegan chocolate.
Okay. Fair enough. This is really.
We
really
put cacao powder in it, actually, which is like the purest
Purest,
form of
yep.
chocolate. So, yeah,
Nice.
very
I saw a video of a guy that was he went to the store and bought a bar of Baker's chocolate. I think it was like 90-something% cacao. And he was like, "This has to be the best. It's 90% cacao." And he bit into it. I was waiting for he bit into it. He's like, "Oh, this is terrible." And he ate it some more. He was like, "Cacao is not good." I was like, "Yeah,
Strong.
it's super. It's super. It's all chocolate. It's no sweet. It's all
Yeah,
This is really good."
it is delicious.
So what's the what are we looking at price point wise per jug or per delivery for somebody that's
Yeah,
interested?
so we do half-gallon and gallon deliveries. So these are in quarts. So you'll either get 2 bottles or 4 bottles, and that helps you also control how much you consume. So you're not opening a full gallon at a time and then wasting it. Because how many times have we opened a gallon of milk?
Y'all heard her when she said
I just threw one away.
unopened it. You can keep it for 2 months. Unopened. Once you open it, 7 to 10 days. Right.
Exactly. But yeah, so a half-gallon, which is 2 of these, would go for $9.95, and then 4 bottles is a gallon, and that would be $19.95.
It's not bad. If you want to go all the way vegan,
It's worth it.
say you planned it. Stop drinking. Stop drinking almond milk. It's really terrible, man. It really is. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to our show.
Can you give them your your Instagram and everything?
Yeah, so we're on the gram. It's at blue_crate. And if you want to check us out online, it's bluecratemilk.com. We're doing a special this weekend for Small Business Saturday. So just use Shop Small in the discount box, and we'll be happy to bring you milk next Thursday.
One more time. Shop Small.
Shop Small.
Check them out. Blue Crate oat milk. It's really good. I'm gonna in between break, I'm gonna refill this, and we're gonna get ready for our next guest.
Jones since 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your puppy, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22 cent booty pick, 24 make movie flick, 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub, Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other in the mall or something. Ask you to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian. Me too, fat bitch on the E2. Back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your own walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub. Hashtag, all caps, fat ass, no water. Fucking somebody daughter. Ow!
We're back. We're back. Hey, so real quick before we get into it, a little birdie told me that if you add the oat milk with a little bit of bourbon, I would imagine that would be kind of eggnoggy, like kind of like an alcoholic eggnog almost, but
Delicious.
Not as thick. But we're back. We're back with Miss Lena Drewley. Right? See, you didn't think I was going to get it, right? I told you I was practicing. And she's from DeFaro, right?
Yeah.
DeFaro Date Spreads. So please tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so at DeFaro, we run as a social enterprise. So we employ refugee women and other underserved populations, such as former trafficking victims, to produce everything. That way we offer them sustainable income. We're also making an education app to train them in everything from financial literacy to early childhood education, because many of them are mothers. And so they can access this type of different education as opposed to traditional employer. But we really believe that through business, we can achieve social progress as well. And then specifically at DeFaro, we always use dates as a sweetener because they're naturally nutritious.
Okay.
And it's very versatile product. So we have date spread. I brought some date truffles. They're made just with dates, almonds, and coconut oil.
So for those not familiar, what
Yes.
I love dates. But for those that aren't familiar, what exactly is a date?
A date is a dried fruit, so we
Okay.
use the dried version of the date. California is a very large producer, for example, of dates. Ours come from Pakistan. It's a different variety of date compared to what we have here in the U.S. Think of it as a fig.
Okay. So what got you into making date spreads? Is this something that, like a family thing or something that you always did? Or how did you just stumble across like one day just like, I'm gonna make some date spread and it?
Yeah, it was definitely not planned or in any of my family history. I had something like 5 kilos, 10 pounds of dates from trips abroad.
Okay.
And over 2 months, I fainted from stomach pain. So suddenly I couldn't have gluten, dairy, eggs, sugar.
It just hit you
coffee.
all at once like that?
Yeah, because I fainted once, then I started to follow a good diet. But then you have $15 a slice of cake that follows your dietary restrictions. You start to fall, or cookies that taste like cardboard, or many gluten-free sweets. They actually double the sugar to compensate for the lack of flavor sometimes. And so I fell off, happened again. I thought, okay, now I have to take care of my health, but I got super tired. I mean, I have such a big sweet tooth. Not eating sweets, I was suffering. And so just stumbled upon using these dates that I had, made the date spread, made a brownie out of the date spread, and my friends and colleagues finished it. They loved it.
Now, did you tell them? Because if you tell somebody like, "Hey, it's vegan," or it's sugar free, or it doesn't have any, the preconceived notion in their head is that it's going to be flat, it's going to be bland, it's going to be flavorless. So did you tell them before they went to town and destroyed the brownies? Did you tell them before, like, I made this strictly with dates?
Yes, because it was for me.
Okay.
Like, it took me such a long time to make it. I'm not even good at cooking. So I was like, you guys, you finished. something that was meant for me, and then was doing research.
Oh, Deez, what's going on? You got the wrong graphic up. You have to, okay, yeah, just take that down. I don't know what happened. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were doing, I was doing research and thought, like, how can I buy this online, because I don't want to go through the 12-hour process again. And I couldn't find any in the U.S. that didn't add sugar and didn't add preservatives. And I thought that was crazy. And so that's how the Pharaoh was born.
That's how we get down in the U.S. We over sugar, over preserve, and that's one of the biggest problems.
She fixed the problem.
So now
That's how you do it, people.
yeah, right. You identify
find
a problem
and you fix it.
figure out a way to fix it, and you got a business on your hands. So how difficult was it to make? Was it difficult to make the date spread? Is this something like you said you can't cook? You said you're not can't cook, but you're not a
Not
you're
passionate.
not okay. Well,
But
I mean you could be passionate and still not be good. I mean,
That's
but you said so was it difficult for you to get into making, or was it just like finding a recipe, tweaking this, tweaking that? Was it fairly simple?
we went through like 30 iterations of the first recipe, and seeing what people liked, what consistency, what. In the end, we only used 3 ingredients. Number 1, dates, then water to rehydrate them, and citric acid, which is a natural preservative. So those are the only 3 ingredients. But with those 3, you'd be surprised how many variations you can find. So we went through about 30, actually, of different taste testings to the point of this one being liked.
So are you taking different? I'm all in now. Are you taking different types of? Because I'm saying if you only have 3 ingredients, I can't imagine that you could. Are you just taking different dates from this type of date, like 10 of these? I'm not just, but 10 of these, 8 of those, 3 of those to make this combination that'll give you that almost the same flavor.
So we always use one type of date
Okay.
in the different variations, because I believe it's often important to focus on single source farming, so you know the origins and different processes.
This is a very very responsible company that you have here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
But no, it was actually ratios of water to citric acid, to how much you blend it, to how much you soak it. So it's surprising how much goes behind it. I never knew.
She did her research and came up with an excellent product.
And then she put together, 30 different 30 times to get it exactly right. I mean, it's not going to come out the 6th time, the 7th. She kept going. It didn't get discouraged and kept going. So what is it? What can we use this on? What is it best on, or what can't we use it on? What can we use it on?
I thought there were limitations, and then we did a social enterprise study group with a bunch of high schoolers, and they dipped their chicken fingers in the date spread, and they loved it.
Well, the up into the last, I guess it was an older person thing, but sweet, the savory, and the salty. I mean, it goes together so perfectly.
I never thought that you could use it but apparently it became the new trend over the summer high school program.
Kids love to dip. Chicken get dipped in anything. They, that's amazing. And I really like the social responsibility. We had a few people come through, and they were only sourcing straight from Africa. They were getting our shea butter. Right. Mm-hmm. And they were only sourcing straight from Africa, but the lady was saying that she was only the same thing. She said she wasn't giving them wages comparable to what they're making there. She's giving them livable wages. She's making sure that they can, sustain and grow, and not just be in some small town or some small country or some small village, breaking their back trying to support for 3 cents a day. Right. So that's really dope. I like that. That's great. So where can they find the date spread?
Yeah, so you can find it online on our website. We ship nationally throughout the U.S., www.dafero.com. We're also at several pop-ups coming up in D.C. actually tomorrow for Small Business Saturday at the D.C. pop-up. It's at 417 H Street Northeast.
417 H Street Northeast. Y'all know what that is. Over Northeast. Y'all know. Go on over there.
So what are we price point for your spread? What are you talking about?
$8 for an 8-ounce jar. So you have about half a pound of dates.
$1 per ounce.
I wish I had something to spread it on, like right. I'm like a kid. I'm just like. I need it. Yeah, sure. Heck yeah. I'm like a kid. I'm like, I just want to just put it on something. I was a kid that got home and would open the video game in the backseat of the car that you can't play till you get home. I just got to read. I have to open and read the book and just.
There you go.
Oh my God! Now, okay, so are you empty? That with that, like
With
this,
the milk.
like on a sandwich, like I'm on sun butter right now.
Cereal on the spoon.
Because my family, everybody's allergic to peanuts. I love peanuts, and I just don't want to accidentally kill anybody. It's hard to explain. Like, you didn't know that they were allergic to peanuts, But this on a sun butter sandwich,
It's delicious.
washed down with this guy, I'd be in heaven.
Yeah, you
This
can.
is really good. And the thing, you wouldn't be able to tell me that this is only 3 ingredients. I
There's
can't.
no sugar in any of it. I brought you guys truffles too. You can
I
have
don't.
later.
I don't do added sugar to anything. I mean, I bake a lot, but and I really don't eat the stuff that I bake. But I haven't done like
3
candy
ingredients.
or added sugar in a long time.
Dates,
This is for me
water,
to not
citric
have
acid.
have sweets.
Refrigerate after opening.
I drink tea with just water in it. I don't add sugar. But this is really good. This would cure my sweet tooth in a minute.
Handcrafted
And to know that there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
by
Oh, my
DeFaro
God.
LLC
Hey, if you guys know me and my
in Washington,
food,
D.C., y'all.
how I am about my food,
20018 USA.
I'm mad that I licked the spoon thing.
Supporting
No,
local, y'all. We
no.
still supporting local. Come on, y'all. Go find them. DeFaro.
Tomorrow, look, you need this.
www.defaro.
I told you about the sauce. You need this. When I say you need this, I'm telling you, you need this. Oat milk, you need this. The combination is amazing.
Y'all know I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm not even about to wait.
I was gonna save mine for
Not
later,
saving that
but
shit.
it's
No.
really, really good.
So you can use it as a jam substitute, for example. Add it on pancakes as a topping, sweet smoothies.
Could you imagine that was like some chicken, like on the grill, like that, over the chicken on the grill?
Glaze.
Oh my gosh. The ideas are endless. This is great. One more time, your Instagram or an email or.
Yeah, so on Instagram, we're at DeFaro Dates.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for bringing
guys.
this to my life. I'm going to have to give me one of these before you leave. Don't go too far. We're going to take a short break. It's terrible. One spoon. And we're going to take a short break and we're going to get back into our next guest. This is really, really good.
Two Real Radio.
22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your puppy, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22 cent booty pick, 24 make movie flick, 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub, Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other and mother some. Ex used to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian, me too. Fat bitch on the E2, back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your own walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub, hashtag all cash, fat ass no water, bookings money daughter. Oh!
We should rename this show to like the taste test. This is amazing. And then everything is like smelling good, tasting good. Those dates, you really put a number on those dates.
I'm glad it's chilly outside because y'all warming us up so lovely.
That's the idea.
Always singing.
Yes.
Always singing. So we're back with Jana Lee Redmond, right?
That's right. Yep.
From Brainy Belly Broths, right?
Brainy belly.
So you guys make bone broths. What exactly is a bone broth?
It's nothing new. It's been something that great chefs have relied upon in their kitchen for years and years because it's the idea of using up all the scraps. And the
Waste now, want that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Bees, can we get a little bit? Can we turn the camera just a little bit to the to so we can get the stuff on the corner? Yeah, there we go. I would say my way, but then
I
it's
can
always
move over too.
the wrong way.
Here we go.
So, how long have you guys been in business?
3.5 years. And I started making bone broth because I broke my stomach.
Wait.
And yeah, I know.
Okay,
You
go-
don't
okay,
think
go.
that you can do that, but you can. You can break your stomach to the point where your digestion just totally shuts down. I also had total body inflammation and really couldn't get out of bed and lost about 100 IQ points, couldn't remember my phone number. I was a mess. And I didn't get much help from the medical community. They tried to tell me that getting old was something I had to deal with. Made me furious.
You're breaking down. It's okay.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Yeah, right.
Type thing.
So I
was
Googled
like, no.
I Googled severe gastric distress, and I found this diet called the specific carbohydrate diet from a doctor in New York City. And he was treating kids with celiac who couldn't tolerate any wheat at all. And he was a very smart guy. He figured out that by reducing the complex carbs in their diet and simplifying what they were eating, that this was how you reduce the inflammation, like the crisis situation with the gut, and then you gradually built them back up to where they could tolerate a more diverse group of foods. So this was before we had the big breakthrough of understanding about the microbiome, how there's all these bacteria in your gut and all over your body that help basically do a lot of things that your body needs to do every day.
Right.
So here we thought that, I mean, I went to this conference at NIH, and one of the key speakers said, we thought we were on the warpath against bacteria, and it turns out we need to be park rangers. We need to be conserving. We need to figure out the good guys. And
Yeah, we're over sanitizing, over medicating, over, and we're getting sicker and sicker. And
so
I'm stuck off a broken stomach still. I'm like, holy cow.
it wasn't fun, believe me. You don't want to do that. It was a long time coming. It took years and
talking
years.
about she passed out.
Mhm.
Just your body just shutting down. Just I can't take it. Not another day.
And it's interesting because I've discovered since then that roughly 20% of the U.S. population has been diagnosed with an autoimmune issue, and this is oftentimes starts in the gut. So lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, even diabetes, gut related.
She's over here doing medicine, and I'm just thinking we're gonna slice up some regular old recipes, take them from to wow, we're gonna poof, we're gonna oh my goodness, a broken stomach. This is so.
What is it about broth?
Yeah,
Why broth?
yeah. Please come on with it.
So there's really good science about the fact that the gelatin that we extract from the bones in the cooking
Okay.
really is exactly what your gut wants. It helps to calm down the inflammation, But then beyond that, it converts to collagen, and collagen is the building block for all the tissues in your body. So your hair, your skin, your nails, your eyes, your joints, collagen is what you're hungry for. And, you know, we got into this thing in this country where we were worried about fat, so we stopped cooking, you know, pot roast, and we stopped making stews, and we started worrying about how much fat we were eating, and we started thinking lean, not fat. And we got
we
away
need
from all
that.
that stuff.
We need
Well,
that.
we needed everything that we. Well, I mean, you know, I always tell people that before we got into this low fat, low this, low that, our parents seemed pretty healthy. They seemed pretty sturdy. They didn't break easily. They just seemed more, you know.
Well, the autoimmune issue,
Yeah.
the doctors are just mystified. I mean, they're like, why do they have so many sick people?
What are you wilding about? So what is this we had? Because she's wilding over here in my ear.
I've
and I'm
got two
trying-
things for you to try. I've got
Okay.
our basic beef bone broth, which is the lighter colored broth. And then we have a new product that we're making, which is chili with grass-fed beef. And, you know, I never thought I'd be making chili. I wasn't really a very big fan of chili. But this has no tomatoes, no beans. It has ground beef and chuck roast in it. And then it has lots and lots of chilies. And
Yes,
it has
does.
a secret ingredient. And let me see if you can guess the secret ingredient.
Mushrooms.
Well, there's mushrooms. You're right.
Mine might be a spoon. Cause
Where's your spoon?
I
Here.
don't know what I did with it.
Here you go.
I'm all.
I got one.
No, that was my other one. It
Yeah.
had dates on it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, that probably would be good too.
It would be
though.
good in the
Yeah.
chili, yeah. No, the secret ingredient is pumpkin.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would have never guessed.
It's got
That's
lots of
good.
fiber, and it, you know, it's a classic combination in Latin cuisine, pumpkin and chilies.
Good and spicy.
So, I'm still stuck off this broken stomach. What are we looking at price point wise? And I'm really curious about this one in a second. I'll get to that. What are
Okay.
we looking at price point wise?
We started out with a 24-ounce bag, and it
That's a whole
gives you-
soup.
Yeah, we make broth-based soups.
Okay.
We have a chicken soup called Comfort Soup, and Mighty Soup is the beef soup.
Okay.
So the 24-ounce bag of the broth is $10.99, and the soup is $12.99. And then we make a smaller size that's $6.99 for the soup. And then we went to a smaller still size because people told me that they defrosted the whole bag and then they only used a little bit and they forgot about it and they hated that.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
So I said, okay, we'll make small containers.
Yeah, I have an aunt that's like that. She buys if you can sell her something in small sizes and portion sizes, she'll buy it. If you buy it, you know, a big bowl, she doesn't want it. But if she doesn't. Now this one here, this says
Delicious, y'all.
that says
Telling you.
duck bone broth. Now a lot of people shy away from ducks because of the high fat content, but I would
wanted to
imagine.
show you the gelatin. You see that cube in there? That's the gelatin.
That's that.
You know when you cooking the turkey and all that stuff at the bottom, you get that little jello looking stuff at the
Right,
bottom.
right.
Apparently you need that. Don't
This
throw
is the
that
same
away.
thing as
Don't.
this, but clear.
So you could see the
So you can
gelatin.
see.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So when I started doing this, I had a very hard time sourcing chickens that made good broth, and I worked with a couple of different farmers. Pasture-raised birds were really the answer because factory farm birds don't move around very much. They don't pack much gelatin into their bones. You
my
need
God.
chickens that are chasing through the fields after bugs and moving around, and that made a huge difference. So I source all my poultry from a company called D'Artagnan, which is a French company.
Okay.
They're U.S. based, but it's two French women that started it. And they have been doing farm to table for 35 years. And it's the best tasting chicken I've ever had. And I was amazed that they had bones for me. But I buy my chicken bones and my duck bones.
Wow.
This is amazing. I
So
really
The
want
whole
to.
process, people.
I really want to.
She had to find the right people to get her bones from to make her product.
I want to use it. At first, I was using it as I was thinking that maybe I can use it as a substitution for like a bouillon cube. But now I'm saying, look, save your gut. Save your gut.
Well, when I was really sick, and I still do this now, eat 6 ounces in the morning before my coffee.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of calms and centers me. And, my nails are happier, my hair is healthier. It's all good. But the other thing that I do that's like my favorite thing to do is if I stir frying vegetables, say chard or spinach, and you've got a little onion, a little oil, you put your vegetables in. As soon as they start to wilt, you open one of these and put it in, and the oil and the onions and the broth all kind of combines into this wonderful silky sauce, and all of a sudden, instead of just a bunch of vegetables, you've got Wow.
Yeah, I could think the sauce with a little bit of butter and just the way it would come together. Oh man, that would be amazing. So where can well, they're not gonna find this because I'm taking this, but where can they find?
Yes Organic.
Yes,
has it. Mom's is carrying the 6 ounce, and Union Kitchen Grocery.
There's no excuse not to be able to find this stuff.
Organic
Yes,
and Mom's.
Yeah.
Union Kitchen.
Union Kitchen Grocery.
And we have a web store online,
Web store online.
and we have a special code for Shop Small. First 20 customers use the code ShopSmall.2018, and you'll get free shipping.
There you go. There you go. Now you can get more stuff. You ain't got to worry about the shipping. You can get you get your duck bone broth.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here.
This is dope. This is amazing.
And we ship in a wonderful shipping sleeve that keeps everything frozen, and yet it's you can put it on the recycling. So there's no styrofoam,
Keep
there's no plastic.
frozen, used within 7 days once thawed. That's easy.
That's dope.
Got 7 whole
Super
days
dope.
to use it.
Well, you have longer than that actually,
Right, it's
because even once it's thawed, because much like Amanda and her oat milk, this is basically pasteurized.
Right. So
You can thaw it, and I need to fix that label. Thank you for
Right,
pointing that
right,
out to
right.
me. It'll last for
Right.
2 months thawed in your refrigerator.
Wow.
So
There you go.
it's really easy, to have it when you want it.
And it's something good to definitely keep on hand. I'm gonna steal this duck broth before you. Oh man.
That's why I brought them. They're for you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
for coming to our show.
much.
You're
So much.
welcome.
So if you have
My
a
pleasure. Thank
gastric
you.
problem, stomach issues, man, you need to check this out. It's not always a
My
pill that's
stomach
gonna save
feels
you.
good, people.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the milk is lined, the broth is lined, the dates have lined. I'm ready to get into.
Go home and sleep good.
That's right.
I sleep good every night. Thank you so much for
My
coming.
pleasure.
One more
Thank
time, your Instagram or social media.
Brainy belly.
Brainy Belly.
Rainy belly.
Check it out, man. Take
Yep.
your sauces to the next level. All right, Mr. Wizard.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now that I'm sufficiently stomach is done, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into our final guest, the one that we couldn't start with.
Yes.
We are here with Miss Adrian,
Yes,
and you're from Blue Henry Spirits.
I am.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Glad
coming.
to be here.
So tell us about Blue Henry Spirits. when I first saw it, I was like, the dog, that's cool. Blue Henry Spirit. So tell us about.
Yeah, so Blue Henry started about a year ago.
Okay.
I transitioned. I used to work in federal government and decided I wanted to do something a little bit more creative. And I love cocktails. And thought that I had a niche in the market because I wanted to make mixers and garnishes that were all natural. A lot of the things you find in the liquor stores, they're strange colors, and you don't know exactly what's in them. And it's not necessary because actually you make much better products by just using the natural ingredients.
Well, the better product you use,
Yes.
the better product you get. I mean, that
Yeah.
seems like the theme of tonight: organic, knowing where your stuff's coming from, knowing all of your locations and all that type of stuff. And so, I'm looking at apples, and I'm looking at looks like cotton
It
candy.
is cotton candy.
How? Like,
So, all right. So, as when I was trying to explore this as a career, I had to learn about different sugars that are used for making mixers.
okay.
Learned about like all of the ingredients that go into making liqueurs and all of that, and how to make extracts from cinnamon and cramp bark and all those sorts of fun things that are used in liqueurs.
She had to learn, y'all. Don't miss that
Do
part.
you see this is a pattern,
A pattern.
Of going
She
on?
had to do her research.
Yeah, and so then I was like, okay, well, I got to use a sugar. Okay, I'm going to use an organic sugar. But then I said, oh, I could coat sugar with the same type of flavors that are used in liqueurs, coat them with the extracts. Basically, I'm like soaking the sugar in extracts. And then I was spinning it in cotton candy, and it's just fun. So this has the same flavors that this one is our sweet vermouth. And so it's got the same flavors that are found in a sweet vermouth. I have an orange one that uses the same flavors that are in an orange liqueur. And
Bitter cotton candy divvy.
yeah,
Ideal for crafting cocktails. Naturally flavored, gluten and dairy free.
yes.
We're fighting gluten. We're not dealing with gluten anymore. It's killing our stomachs.
It is very interesting that there are
Making us
some
pass out.
cotton candies that have gluten in them. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not. Maybe it's a preservative thing they're using, but we don't. There's nothing in ours. So,
One
Oh,
year.
no.
1 year. You've been doing this.
yeah.
1 year, and look how beautiful, y'all. Look how
Yeah,
beautiful the
package
product
is
is.
amazing.
Thank you.
She on her way, y'all. Come on, y'all. We gotta go support her.
What else? What do we have?
All right, so I'm gonna make 2 cocktails for you guys tonight.
Okay.
Oh boy.
One of them uses tamarind, which is one of our newest simple syrups.
Okay.
And tamarind is a flavor used a lot in like Indian and Caribbean foods, but it's great for fall because it pairs really good with apple. And these are our all-natural apple chips. They are dipped in our ginger syrup and then dehydrated.
Okay.
So they got a little bit of ginger bite at the end. And we use them as a cocktail garnish. A lot of people just eat them because they're pretty yummy.
Delicious. Right.
So I'm going to let you guys try them while I craft your tamarind cocktail.
Boom, boom, boom. Tamarind cocktail. Grab me one, cuz I trust you. I trust you. Hey, dude, you gotta try this, man. No, this
Oh,
is
no,
apple.
those
This is
are
apple.
just the chips. The apple chips. So,
Try,
so in this bottle, I
Y'all
just
know what I'm gonna
have-
say. It's delicious.
try that. That's amazing.
All right, so in this, I have our tamarind syrup, some lemon juice, and apple flavored vodka. And then I'm going to top this with some tonic water.
Oh yeah, she wants to try one. Sure. Really dope. It's time to get sauced up.
This one is pretty light. The next one I give you guys, it's gonna be more alcohol for it.
That's autumny. like apple cider, like a grown-up's apple cider.
Delicious.
I can taste it though. It's
You
That's
like
good.
that?
That's good. It's really good.
The lemon
Yeah.
just ever so slightly brought that thing together. Yes. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
Yeah, so we make syrups in a variety of flavors. So that's tamarind. We also have ginger, orange,
Wow.
cherry, and lime.
Ginger, orange, cherry, and lime.
And you know, I don't make health food products. Nothing about my products are considered healthy.
Sugar.
But they are responsible. So I use organic sugar in all my products, and I don't use any preservatives or unnatural food coloring or anything like that.
Sweet.
Nothing unnecessary in the production of these.
So real food. While you're making our next drink, where can we get our Blue Henry drink toppers? And that tamarind is really good.
Thank you.
I'm starting. I told you I don't drink anymore, so I can feel it immediately.
This is why I don't drink. This is exactly why I don't. Because drinking some stuff like this.
Got a couple choice words for some people when I get home.
Every day. It was so delicious.
So, no, our products are available on Amazon. Amazon, actually, I don't know if folks know that there are a lot of small businesses that are on Amazon that people think of it as big box retailer, but there are a lot
That's the cotton
of
candy right there.
small businesses who are growing and using Amazon to help them grow and get distribution. We also, of course, sell
Shout out to Amazon.
through our direct website, which is bluehenryspirits.com. And we're in a couple local places. Next year will be our year of growth to get into more retail locations. But we're at Steadfast Supply. In
Steadfast Supply, people.
Yeah. We're also at Local Gourmet, which is out in Virginia.
Local Gourmet.
And Woodmore Wine and Spirits, which is near in Landover.
Woodmore Wine and Spirits.
I don't know where that's at.
Okay, I'm supposed to be crafting the cocktail. Y'all got me chatting. All right. So this one,
It's my favorite.
is a bourbon,
Bullet.
and we are.
That's the rye. That's the rye one right there.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
This
hip.
is the rye.
I know my colors: orange, red, and the white one. I mean, the orange, the green, and the white.
So
and I had a black one too.
to the rye, I'm adding our cotton candy, which is called our NOLA flavor, and it is closest to a New Orleans style bitters. Do you guys know what a bitters is? It's almost like a salt you can add to your cocktail to help elevate the flavors. So this is our NOLA flavored one. So let me shake this. And you'll have, this cocktail will give you something very close to a Sazerac, but very easy to make, because what you see, all I did was add the rye, and I'm going to add the cotton candy, and that's it.
Woo!
I'm already a little like.
Getting ready. Oh, look how.
Oh man, that was cool. Can you pour the other one so you can see that melt like that? That was amazing.
Beautiful. Y'all see it? Look at that.
That's
I
dangerous.
don't know. Y'all know how cotton candy is when it get wet. Y'all know.
Cotton candy, yes,
I'll take
will
the second.
dissolve immediately when it hits. That was another reason why I went with cotton candy, because, make sure you give it a stir, is that it will dissolve. It's the only sugar that will dissolve when it touches even a cold liquid.
Right. That was smart.
Oh man,
Strategic even. Yeah.
that's great. That's so. One more time for them, because we're running out of time. Unfortunately, I'm about to get sauced up, and you guys are going to be able to see that. Where can they find you? Your social media and
Social, okay, Instagram at Blue Henry.
at Blue Henry.
Yes.
It's got the dog. Don't get disturbed by the dog on there. It's not. It's somebody had a dog and they really loved him, and he became their logo.
That was us.
Right?
Yes.
I had a dog, and he's going to be my
Blue
logo.
was
I
our
love him.
dog, so that was that. So You enjoying this? Okay.
It's the bourbon. It's the bullet. It's the bullet that's
That's what
doing
that is.
You got
bourbon.
Do we have a small little bit? I want my DJ, my engineer to taste this.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll make some. So yeah, at Blue Henry. And today we're still doing free shipping. So free ship 2018 if anybody wants stuff. And then tomorrow, all of our gift cards are going to be on sale for Shop Small. So you get like 20% extra if you use the gift cards. Yeah. So on at Blue Henry, you can find how to
At
get
Blue
to
Henry, y'all.
all of our specials for this holiday weekend.
The broth made me warm, right? Now this is making me like it's like an extra heat on it. But this is why you need to eat before you drink and before you do all that stuff. Oh man, this was great. I'm mad Chuck missed this one. This was great. This was great. I found a couple favorites.
We missed you, man. We missed you.
This mixed with Twin Distillers, the combination of toppings and their whiskey with the top. You guys should get together. I'm making connections here, people. Once again, great show. Always supporting local. Like I tell you all the time, Hennessy doesn't care about you, so support local. And then really check these people out, man. Check them out, man. Brainy Belly, Blue Henry, Blue Crate, DeFaro, Dates, Broths. That soup's gonna get crushed tonight. I'm tired of Thanksgiving
following
food.
Their dreams, y'all.
You can be one of them.
Following their dreams. They need your support.
Oh, man.
Come on. You can support them until you figure out what your dream is, and you can still support them. Come on, y'all. We gotta stick together on this.
I am your man, C.
Jen Strong, lover of life. We was in here once again.
Adrian Walker from Blue Henry.
Thank y'all. This has been another episode of the one. See, slurring already. The one, the only, the Too Real Radio.
See y'all next week.